is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckeyes here with the Man Hour. Sure, have manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. Sure, check out the blog section as well. But if you are listening to us right here, right now, right here at manhourradio.com, facebook.com/manhour, and of course, youtube.com/manhour NFL Talk. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share it with a couple friends, because sharing is caring at the end of the day. And welcome to AFC East Week, guys, right here at Man Hour, the dog day of summer, June 25th, 2024, 2:30 right here on the East Coast time. And we're going to be talking about the mighty Buffalo Bills today. We're going to be talking about my man Carson Lang's Buffalo Bills, my man Alpha Rob's Buffalo Bills. We already talked about the New England Patriots earlier this week, and many people are way down on the New England Patriots. Me, I'm kind of up on them. Have them going, 6-11 this season? Not too terrible, but not too great either. But in the end, it is time to talk some Buffalo Bills. Some Buffalo Bills, yo. But before we get too carried away, if you have not become a Pigskin Pundit yet, please become a Pigskin Pundit. Click on the subscribe button below. For $4.99 a month, you get some free merch. You get some hoodies, get some t-shirts. You got some hats on like on the way as well. But most importantly, starting July, you get a pre-show. Every day at 2 p.m. East Coast time, you get a pre-show. Whether it be us just shooting the shit, whether it just be us talking about something else besides football, join the live show. It's good times. Also, if you are a Pigskin Pundit, you get free entry. That's right, free FREE into our $100 weekly pick'em once the NFL season officially starts. So become a Pigskin Pundit. You get access to the pick'ems. You get access to some NFL games. But most importantly, you get some free merch and access to the members-only stream. So with that being said, guys, let's talk some Buffalo Bills. Let's talk about how the Buffalo Bills kind of have not been up to snub as of late. Yes, last year they did get hot late in the season. Yes, last year they end up making the playoffs. Yes, last year they did finish the season 11-6, but let's look back about week 5. Week 5, they travel over the season. They play the Jacksonville Jaguars. They lose that game. Then they lose to the Patriots, and they lose to the Bengals, and then lose to the Broncos, and then lose to the Eagles. And we everything thought the world was coming to an end. A bye week came. Offensive coordinator was out. Insert Joe Brady. Bada bing, bada boom. They rattled off wins over the Chiefs at Kansas City. Rattled a win off for the Dallas Cowboys. James Cook is still running on the Dallas Cowboys. Went to Los Angeles, beat the Chargers, beat the Patriots, and beat Miami in Miami to win that division, giving them a wild card opponent at home versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then they played the divisional championship game at home versus Kansas City Chiefs and ultimately lost that game. So after a rough start of the 2023 NFL season, out goes the offensive coordinator. In comes a new one. Rattle off some wins, make it into the playoffs. Not only make it to the playoffs, beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on a Monday night in the wild card in the playoffs, and everything's looking up, everything's looking dandy. And the hell, they even battled the Kansas City Chiefs, the back-to-back Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, to a 27-24 loss. But this offseason has kind of been really kind of crazy for the Buffalo Bills, right? They said, let's blow everything up. Let's blow everything up. Stephon Diggs, see you in Houston, my man. We don't want you. We don't need you. Don't call us. We'll call you. Just kidding. My phone number got changed. Gabe Davis, he gone. Whole secondary, pretty much corners, safeties, free safeties, y'all gone. We don't want you no more. Pretty much the only thing they cut was their rookie, Shakir, from last year, James Cook, Josh Allen. Of course, you still got Ed Oliver, AJ Espinina, which is amazing player. Everybody else pretty much new on the Buffalo Bills. Let's just be flat out honest. Everybody knew on the Buffalo, pretty much everybody knew is on the Buffalo Bills, like at this particular point. So before we get Carson in here on the phone to talk some Buffalo Bills, let's pull up some chats. Let's welcome to James Chamberlain into the chat. He says McDermott is on the hot seat up there this year. And I concur with that 150%, James. 150%, I concur that Sean McDermott is on the hot seat. Not because the Buffalo Bills are not a good team, because they have such a good team that they should be in the AFC Championship game year after year after year. They should be competing for championships, not getting hot at the right time and sneaking into the playoffs. I said sneak in, but yes, they were a second seed. They did rattle off 5 wins in a row and had to win that Week 18 game versus the Miami Dolphins to really solidify that second seed. But let's just be honest. Once they get to the playoffs, they don't do shit. It is what it is. They don't do shit once they get to the playoffs. I don't care what you have to say about it. They don't do shit. So, James, you are absolutely correct. I wish I could bring your comment up. For some reason, guys, the comments are not popping up on my screen, but I got them pulled up. Mark Lewis is in the chat as well. Looks like he's a Chiefs fan. What's up, Mark? Fellow Kansas City Chiefs fan myself here. He says, who are the Buffalo Bills? Do they still have a team? Listen, Mark, I want you to stick around, because when I pick our games, or not our games, but when I pick the Buffalo Bills games, I believe it was week 12 when they play the Kansas City Chiefs, I want you to sit back and I want you to listen to my pick for this game. I want you to listen to my pick for this game. I am a Chiefs fan. Let's put it out there. Mark, you are a Chiefs fan. And not to spoil anything, but we may not be happy. We may not be happy. For some reason, the Kansas City Chiefs cannot beat the Buffalo Bills in the regular season. Playoffs, different story. Give me Josh Allen like in the playoffs any day of the week, twice on Sunday, right? But regular season, Mark is in the chat as well from the NFL Experts Podcast. Go over there and give them a shout out, guys. Wednesday, July 3rd, we'll be talking to Mark about the Denver Broncos, about how bad they are. But he says, what's up, Buck? Mark, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a grand day, man. I enjoy interacting with you guys here in the chat. And Mark, I look forward to having you on here. James, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you a Miami Dolphins fan? I need somebody to talk to Miami Dolphins with me on Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday. Tomorrow or Thursday, right? I think you're a Miami Dolphins fan, James. If you are, hit me up. Let's get on the phone. Let's talk some of your offseason. Let's talk about those offseason moves that the Miami Dolphins made. But speaking of offseason moves, the Buffalo Bills. Let me propose this question for you guys. Stefon Diggs, we kind of all thought was a cancer, right? We all kind of thought he was on his way out after the look he gave Josh Allen after that playoff loss versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Yet again. But when you lose Gabe Davis and you bring in Chase Claypool, you bring in NVS, you have a second-year receiver that you're going to be your number one guy. Your number two guy is going to be Keenan Coleman. We don't know what he's going to do in the NFL yet. And then your number three, number four receiver are going to be Curtis Samuel, right? He is, quote, the vet on the team, 27 years old. Second-round pick from Carolina from 2017. When you look at this receiver room for the Buffalo Bills, guys, are you impressed with them at all? Are you scared of them at all? It might even say the kid's name right, Shakar. He had a hell of a season last year. I will give him that. He kind of came off the map and kind of exploded. Right, when he had 611 yards, 2 touchdowns, a nice 81-yard touchdown. I do remember that one. 39 catches, but in the playoffs, he had 10 catches, 75 yards for 2 touchdowns. Kind of started to come into his own toward the end of the year. But now he isn't the third receiver. He is the guy. Let's just be honest. He is the guy in Buffalo. So let me ask you guys this question. Do the Buffalo Bills receiver core, have they gotten better this offseason? Minus Gabe Davis, minus Stefon Diggs, insert draft pick Keenan Coleman, insert MVS, insert Chase Claypool. Are they better at all? Let's ask that question. Are they better? Let's have a conversation about it. Are they better? I don't see it. I don't see any way, shape, or form that they are better at all. I don't think they even have an opportunity to be better than what they were last season. I'm going to open the floor up to you guys. Do you think they got better? Got my man WB Ant in the chat as well. What's up, WB Ant? My man was complaining about the heat yesterday. It's even hotter today. At least here in Louisville, Kentucky, it's 95 degrees right now, per what my computer says. Hopefully, you're all staying out there, Ant. James Chamberlain says, yes, Dolphins land for life. Timing to do that will be a challenge. James, hit my inbox, and we'll discuss of what we can do. Speaking of pigskin punters, my man John Peebles is in the chat. He's a CFO of the Pigskin Punt. He says, what up, all? What up, though? What up, though, as they say in Detroit. What up, though? WBN says, Curtis Samuels is decent, but like you said, nobody is scared of that wide receiver core. Nobody in the NFC should be scared of that wide receiver core, and I think right now, nobody is scared of that wide receiver core for the Buffalo Bills. I don't think anybody in their right mind is legitimately scared of the Buffalo Bills receiver core. Now, on the flip side of that, they do have potential, right? The Buffalo Bills receiver core does have a lot of potential. But are we basing their season off of potential? Are we basing the Buffalo Bills off of hope and dreams? Are we basing off Keenan Cole? Coleman isn't going to be a bust. Are we banking on that Chase Claypool could return back to his rookie form? Are we hoping that MVS can catch a damn ball? I know in Kansas City we hope he could catch a damn ball, but guess what? He doesn't. He doesn't like catching the ball no more. He's scared of it. You think Patrick Mahomes threw the ball hard? Josh Allen throws it twice as hard, twice as further. He puts it in your chest and you'll feel it the next day. Maybe that's what MVS needs. Passively, Patrick Mahomes like, oh, I guess I got to throw it a little softer, huh? Go throw a little softer. But I think you're right. I don't think nobody is scared of that receiver core, and John Peoples agrees with me. He says nope. Nobody is scared of that receiver core. Nobody. With that being said, let's look at the schedule. Let's look at the schedule moving forward. I don't have any fancy edits today. Work caught up to me, and unfortunately, I didn't have time to do it. I apologize. I know I've kind of prided myself on doing some good quality graphics, but today we're just a little bit MIA on that. A little MIA. Week number 1, though. They're taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Buffalo Bills taking on the Arizona Cardinals, and I think that is a dub. I think the Buffalo Bills, week 1, they come out firing. Everything's clicking. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking hunky-dory. They're running the ball. They're looking nice and young. And bada bing, bada boom, they get that dub opening week. Opening week. What do you guys think? Can the Arizona Cardinals pull off anything this season at all? Can they be any good at all? I just don't see it. Just don't see it, unfortunately, for them at all. Next up, we have a week 2 matchup. Traveling down to Miami, Florida on a Thursday night football game, September 12th on Prime Video. This game is going to be hot. It is going to be humid. It's going to be high scoring, and the Buffalo Bills cannot keep up. The Buffalo Bills, I don't think they can keep up in this game at all. I'm not saying that they may not have a high-flying offense, but first part of the season, they're going to highly rely on the running game like they did most of the second part of the season. And James Cook may get 100 yards, may get 150 yards, but guess what? The Miami Dolphins play really well at home. The Miami Dolphins play really well in the regular season. The Miami Dolphins played really, really well the first half of the season. In week 2, the Buffalo Bills take the first loss of the season to the Miami Dolphins. WB Ant says, my only knock on Coleman is that he's not that fast, and he's a little bit slow on his release. He is elite and good DBs will be able to contain him. I have got an opportunity to watch some mini camp footage of Keenan Coleman, and he does look a little sluggish out there. He does look like a step slower than the rest of the bunch, right? He does. But, hear me out. If he happens to drop down to a third receiver, he's going to have the third best slot corner on him. He's going to have a linebacker on him. He's going to have some opportunities. Jim Powell is in the chat. What's up, Jim? He's a pigskin pundit as well. He says nothing about the Buffalo Bills screams quality. Buffalo Bills are just kind of meh, he says. Kind of huh. John says they will finish ahead of the Cowboys. And me and James are on the same page here. Week 2, Buffalo Bills will be 1-1. I like it. Week 3. Play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Back at Buffalo. This is a Monday Night Football game. So back-to-back primetime games coming off a mini bye week. Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't have any faith in them. I don't have any faith in Jacksonville Jaguars whatsoever. I know my man Wayne G praised Trevor Lawrence yesterday. I know that he's fun to watch and worth every penny. Well, guess what? Trevor Lawrence is not worth every penny. Trevor Lawrence is boring to watch, and he is going to be a bust of the quarterback after this season, and the Buffalo Bills defense is going to walk all over the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday Night Football. I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars have a chance in this game. Moving the Buffalo Bills to 2-1 on the season. People are satisfied, but yet questioning their ability going into week 4. And when they start to question the ability of the Buffalo Bills, it gets in Josh Allen's head. When the team starts to questioning themselves, Sean McDermott starts questioning him like himself. And I think slowly but surely, the wheels start to fall off of the Buffalo Bills coming week 4. Week 4, they travel to the Baltimore Ravens. This is another primetime game. Sunday Night Football. Let's flash back. 3 prime times in games in a row. Thursday, Monday, Sunday. Buffalo Bills kind of got exposed versus the Miami Dolphins. The Jaguars just really couldn't execute that blueprint that is out there, but the Baltimore Ravens can. Baltimore Ravens, top 5 defense in the NFL, top 10 offense in the NFL. They're going to be another really, really good team, another good regular season for the Baltimore Ravens, and this win really solidifies them as a top dog in the NFC. Baltimore Ravens beat down the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football. It might be a 70-piece. Lamar Jackson might be sitting down about halftime. But then we're like, slow it down, baby. Week 5 doesn't get much better. Finally not a primetime game, but they're traveling down to Houston, taking on the Texans, and that is another loss. Another loss. We now have 2 losses in a row, and the Buffalo Bills are now sitting at 2-3, they're back at home. No, I lied. They are traveling to New York to take on the New York Football Jets on yet another prime time game. So far in this young NFL season, the Buffalo Bills have had 4 primetime games and 2 non-primetime games. In all of these primetime games, what have we got a common theme so far? They are losing these primetime games. They are not stepping up to the spotlight. Their receiver core is getting exposed. The secondary is getting exposed. Josh Allen might be doing his thing, might be slinging it all over the field, scrambling, running for his life, but that's not the MO of the Buffalo Bills and how they win. They lose to the New York Jets on Monday Night Football. Right now we have 3 losses in a row. Lost 4 of their last 5 at this particular point. Losses to the Miami, losses to the Baltimore, Houston, and the Jets. And we finally into late to mid-October. Back home, taking on the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans. This is the Tennessee Titans team that I'm a little bit worried about. If I'm anybody in the AFC South or the AFC in general, I'm a little bit worried about this Tennessee Titans team. Also worried about the Colts, but this Tennessee Titans team, many people are sleeping on them. Oh, that's an easy win. Will Levis as a quarterback, rookie head coach, Derrick Henry's gone. Well, guess what? The Buffalo Bills get beat by the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans run all over the Buffalo Bills. Literally run. Tony Pollard probably gets 150 yards in this game. We now have 4 straight losses at this particular point. 5 of their last 6 are losses. At this time last season, we're kind of in that same boat, right? What do we do with our hands? The sky is falling. But slow it down, baby. Slow it down. The Buffalo Bills, they know how to win. They know how to get back to their roots. They know that to win in the AFC, like they did last season, 5 straight games to end the season, they need to run the ball. And that's exactly what they do come week 8 versus the Seattle Seahawks. They travel to Seattle. The dome's probably going to be closed because it's going to be raining. But they're going to literally run all over the Seattle Seahawks. James Cooks is going to look like he looked like when he played the Dallas Cowboys last season. That's a win. Then they're back at home. Month of November, Miami Dolphins come back into town, and that is a win as well. Sorry, James. Miami is not sweeping the Buffalo Bills this season. They are splitting yet again. 2 wins in a row for the New England Patriots at this point. Come week 10, traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts team that's a really, really good Colts team as well. Buffalo Bills have learned not to mess around with the AFC South. F around and you'll find out, right? They already lost to the Texans. They already lost to the Titans. They're not going to make it 3. No. They beat the Colts. 3 wins in a row. Everything's getting back on track. Everything is looking good. Then you welcome the Kansas City Chiefs into town. Sunday afternoon game, probably going to be the America's game of the week, right? The Kansas City Chiefs come into town, and for whatever reason, the Kansas City Chiefs cannot beat the Buffalo Bills in the regular season, and that trend continues. That trend continues. We now have 4 wins in a row at this particular point. Wins over the Seahawks, the Dolphins, the Colts, and the Chiefs going into their bye week. Whew. Let's take a break, right? Let's breathe a little bit. They say. We had 4 losses in a row to the Ravens, Texans, Jets, and Titans. 4 wins in a row over the Seahawks, Dolphins, Colts, and Chiefs going into the bye week. Playing reigning NFC champions coming off the bye week. And that's the San Francisco 49ers. This is another primetime game. Sunday Night Football. Buffalo Bills versus the San Francisco 49ers. This is at home. And guess what? It is another win. Now the Buffalo Bills have now beaten the Seahawks, the Dolphins, the Colts, the Chiefs, and the 49ers all in a row, giving them 5 straight wins in a row. Everybody's hyped. Everybody's like, yeah, boy, look at us. Slow it down, baby. Every time the Buffalo Bills start to get a little bit cocky, things start to fall off. They travel to LA, lose to the Rams. Travel to Detroit, lose to the Detroit Lions. Back at home versus the Patriots, they beat the Patriots, they beat the Jets, and week 18, they lose to the Patriots the final week of the season. Final week of the season, they do lose to the Patriots. Letting them finish 9-8 on the season. I think the Buffalo Bills will finish 9-8 on this season. Yes, I know I forgot to change the Buffalo names at the top. When I post this at 3:30 here, I will change it. But 9-8 for the Buffalo Bills this season. What do you guys think? Do you concur? Am I way off? Am I spot on? What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know in the comments below. Henry will run for $120 versus the Buffalo Bills, says Ant. Listen, Derrick Henry is going to have some pretty good games this season. Pretty good games they're going to have. He may not last all season long. He's old. Week 4 is still pretty young. The Diggs revenge game, says James. Oh, the Houston Texans for the Buffalo Bills, week 5. Yeah, I bet you Stephon Diggs says, I want 20 touches that game. When we look at week 5, I bet you the ball is going to Stephon Diggs a lot. A lot. Ant says, remember, I told you all yesterday I would not be surprised if they missed the playoffs. The Super Bowl window is officially closed for the Buffalo Bills. Is 9-8 good enough to make the playoffs in the AFC? If we were to talk about that last year, the answer to that question is no. It was not good enough to make the playoffs last season. There were several 9-8 teams last season that missed the playoffs. Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts, right? So to really solidify their playoff opportunities, I think 10 wins is a must. And when I look at their losses, they have losses versus the Miami Dolphins, Ravens, Texans, Jets, Titans, Rams, Lions, and Patriots. Where could they potentially get that one extra win? Where could they potentially get that 10th win? And the only thing that I could possibly change here and I would be comfortable with is that week 18 game versus the Patriots, right? Because we said it yesterday, the Patriots are not going to be a very good team. 6-11. I think Wayne G had them at 3-14, right? That week 18, they're going to be playing for much of nothing but a first overall pick, more than likely. Are they going to play people? More than likely not. So that win could come in and get their 10th win and really boast them into the playoffs. But at the same time, spoiler alert, right? Let's play spoiler. The Patriots want to play spoiler in that game. I could see it. But with that being said, guys, 9-8. What do you guys think? Let me know. Until then, we out.